Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed that in your school, student success depends on what teacher a student gets? Same building, same curriculum, same students. But one classroom is producing results and another classroom down the hall is struggling. So like most schools, we try to address this with professional development. Once a month, either you or a member of your team shares some strategies. Everyone listens, well, at least everyone, except for the teachers on their computers grading papers during this time. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later. But at any rate, despite providing professional development, test scores prove that classrooms are still struggling. Meanwhile, pressure to improve scores keeps building from the district, from the state, and from parents. If you're a school leader who simply wants to help teachers improve practice so student success doesn't vary from classroom to classroom, in this video, I'm going to show you why traditional professional development doesn't work and what you can do instead. What is up, good people? Dr. T here, your school improvement coach. Today, we're getting into why professional development isn't raising test scores and what you can do instead to fix the problem. Now let's get into it. Now, if you're leading a school, there's something you genuinely want. You want your teachers to grow. You want them to build skills needed to deliver strong instruction every day, because when teachers improve, student learning improves, and results you've been pushing for finally begin to show up. But here's the frustrating part. Even after you've provided professional development, you still notice where instruction isn't meeting the needs of all students, and the scores reflect it. And with that comes pressure coming in from every direction. Pressure from the district, pressure from the state, pressure from parents and community members asking why scores aren't improving. And naturally, we turn to the most common solution, and that's professional development. But if we're being honest, that still doesn't give us the results we need across the entire school. And the reason is simple. Most professional development has teachers sitting and listening while an administrator or some central office staff member explains what to do. So it starts feeling like something is being done to them instead of something they're a part of. And when that happens, people really don't buy in. And that's something I started to realize a few years ago. While trying to figure out how to actually help teachers grow, I did what most leaders do. I provided professional development. And some classes improved, but others, they stayed about the same. And that's when I started asking myself, if we keep doing professional development the same way, why would we expect different results? And that's when I came across this concept of ed camps, which is a teacher-led model of professional development. And what caught my attention right away was how different it was. Instead of teachers sitting and listening, teachers were actually leading the learning. And when I involved teachers in leading the learning, instead of just sitting through it, I started to see real buy-in. Teachers grew in their practice and student outcomes started improving across my school. All because this approach to professional development draws on the expertise of teachers working with the same students and the same challenges. So the experience feels relevant, credible, and practical, which means it focuses on real instructional needs, is grounded in classroom practice, and it connects directly to what students are experiencing. Now, structurally, it's pretty simple. Instead of one person presenting to the entire staff, several short learning sessions happen at the same time. They happen concurrently, led by teachers who are sharing strategies that are working in their classrooms. Each session focuses on something that's actually happening in the building, things that leaders are noticing during classroom observations, things reflected in the instructional priorities, and areas teachers want to improve. So the learning is built around real needs in the school while giving teachers the options to choose from based on what will help them strengthen their instruction. During a staff meeting, you might have 4 or 5 sessions happening at the same time. And that keeps the learning connected to what's really going on, what's really happening in classrooms by giving this menu, this broad range of options for staff. And when schools approach professional development this way, something powerful happens. The expertise inside the building starts spreading from classroom to classroom. Effective strategies move beyond just one teacher. Instruction becomes more consistent, and that's when you start building the kind of instructional capacity where student success no longer depends on which teacher a student gets. Compared to what actually happens with traditional PD. Teachers sit through a session, Half the room is on their laptops, and everyone walks back to their classroom doing the same thing they were doing before. Because when professional development or professional learning isn't connected to teachers' real needs, it starts feeling like something is being done to them, like I said before, instead of something being built with them. All right, good people, I appreciate you watching. I hope you found it helpful. Show some thumbs up love if you did. And don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos like this and the one you see at the top of your screen. And if this conversation about professional development and building teacher capacity resonated with you, I go deeper into concepts like this in my upcoming book, The 4 Cornerstones of Effective Schools. And you can pre-order a copy of that book at the links in my channel description. Until next time, lead with impact and protect your peace.